to turn off their cell phones. We also would like that, you know, if you can avoid doing videos and photos, that would probably be best. The other thing I want to mention is that we do have a New Year's Eve party coming up December 31st. We did have one last year. We didn't get a chance to publicize it very much because it was very short notice. It's happening December 31st. We have an Indian DJ coming from South Bay who's going to be playing Bollywood music. So please come. Depending on who comes, I've already got the DJ, so we'll gear the music for whoever's going to be there. If it's oldies, we'll do the oldies music, so hope to see all of you there. Usually it's 9:30 to 12:30, and we have food, so look forward to the emails. And also, if you guys are on our Facebook page or not, you may want to sign up so you can get our NBIA information. So an event like this is not possible without the support of multiple sponsors. So we're like in a small community out here, right? Kind of a small rural. And as hard as it was to try to recruit people to come from South Bay, it can be a difficult process. So we have to rely on sponsors to help us to bring somebody like Kavita here. So I'm going to start, the way I'm going to do this, just to make it a little quicker, is I'm going to call one sponsor at a time, and as you're kind of coming up, give you guys a little bio on them, and as far as what kind of support they've provided our community. So I'm going to start with our biggest and grand sponsor for this evening, and that's Narendra and Versa Shah. So thank you so much. Come on over here. So Narendra and Versa, they've been friends of ours for a long time, but they've provided commitment to NBIA for the past 20 years. They've been grand sponsors at multiple events, multiple Diwali events. Narendra also supports the community through his Acre Real Estate, Alliance Capital Real Estate, and so he kind of knows what we want, as an Asian Indian community when we're looking at homes. He helped Anish and I basically build our clinic from, Anish is a psychiatrist, so he started in one little office, and we own a building, and thanks to Narendra for helping with that. So, we really appreciate that. And basically just, thanking you guys from the bottom of our heart for everything that you've done, and I know you're going to continue to do to support us, so, thank you so much. And you guys can Next we have, so we finished our grand sponsors, we're going to go to our gold sponsors, and we're going to do things a little different. When you have an event and you have multiple sponsors, you need to recognize them, at least that's the way it works in my book. So I'm going to bring up our gold sponsor, Dr. Sumita Khanna. And Dr. Khanna, if you can come up here, and I'll let you take your time to do that. So Dr. Khanna is the founder of the Healing Well Saraswati Foundation. She's dedicated to the empowerment and wellness of women. And I didn't realize this until I learned about her. But she supported various projects in India, including Widows of Vrindavan, providing shelter and education to widows, Sri Rama Orphanage in Haridwar, providing scholarships for girls for higher education, Jyoti Kala Mandir Odyssey Dance School in Bhubaneswar, providing scholarships for girls from poor families, education grants to Ananta Ashram Orphanage in Bangalore, a health and wellness education for older women in Sonoma and Montezuma County. I mean, this bio gets pretty huge. Facilitates groups in conscious aging and aging well in Sonoma County. She actually has her own website, sumitakhanna.com, and she's written her own book, The Healing Well, My Midlife Journey into Wholeness, which I'm really interested in reading about, so hopefully I'll get to do that. But thank you so much, Dr. Khanna. I appreciate your support. Thank you. Okay, we're getting there slowly. Okay, so next is Nick Nicholson with his lovely wife, Lydia. Nick is from Merrill Lynch. He's a financial advisor, and he's actually been really great. He's been supporting us for the last few years. He works with families and business owners to help them build up their wealth, help them build their retirement and educate their children. And he basically wanted to say that he's very honored to be here for this NBI event and continue to sponsor. So thank you so much. Thank you, guys. And then one last, Jackson family wines are not here, but I do want to recognize them because they were one of our gold sponsors. They're in Sonoma County. They're a family-owned winery that opened in 1983. Now I'm quickly going to go through our silver sponsors. Actually, We're going to do our silver sponsors now. So If you cannot come up, I know Shantibai and Lataben Patel, if it's hard for you to come up, you're welcome to just stand there. But I'm going to just call these 4 sponsors to come up now at the same time. So Shantibai and Lataben Patel, Dr. Ketan Mehta, I think he's not here today, Vipul and Gopi Sheikh, and then Dr. Harendra and Charu Kunathar. So why don't you guys come up here? So Shantibai and Lataben, you know, I wanted to find out a little bit more because I'm one of the newer EC members here about what they've committed. And you know, we're 25 years, they go back 40 plus years. They're the ones who got everyone out together in their community, started to bring everyone into their home. And basically after that, I think Ketan took over, if I'm correct. If I'm not correct, I'm sorry. But that's what I assumed. And then soon we started having these Diwali programs. So what we have today, we owe starting from them. So thank you so much to both of you. Okay. Everybody knows Ketan Mehta, but he is a sponsor today. Him together with Meena Mehta, they were the founder of Neomed Pharmaceuticals in January 2000, and they now house more than 300 employees. They have offices worldwide. They're the largest supplier of what we call large volume, low pressure nasal saline irrigation systems in the world. They actually have, Ketan is actually a subspecialist in pulmonary and critical care medicine. That's his subspecialty, but outside of that, he's an entrepreneur and continues to do this. But beside that, he's been a long-term supporter of NBIA, and he's been in part of the executive committee. And then finally, Vipul and Gopi. They're the first people we got to know when Anish and I moved here. You know, they're one of the, whenever I find a new person who moves into the community, I'm like, I forward that email to people because somehow he'll connect them with, you know, whoever they need to get to know. Vipul, he doesn't know this, but he's been a mentor to me for some time now because he somehow is able to maintain a professional career outside of his work and still maintain a leadership role in the organization. And you know, that's really inspiring to me. He's Vice President of Corporate Quality for Medtronic, and Gopi is his lovely wife. She's our Vice President for NBIA. I really like her because she keeps us calm. Some of us are, you know, got a lot of energy, but she's a really sweet, lovely person, and I really enjoy having her on our team. And for those of you who don't know, she has a new business called Elegant Home Staging. She stages various homes for the purpose of improving selling prices, I guess, so something to think about if you don't know. And then finally, I have Dr. Harendra Punathar and Charuben. Lovely couple. Dr. Punathar is a very well-respected cardiologist in our community. He works for Northern California Medical Associates. He has office locations in Santa Rosa and Petaluma, and he's like an expert in all areas of cardiovascular health. So, you know, he's wonderful. Finally, we have so many sponsors. I'm almost done. So finally, we have Pacenti and Brinker. Joshua, who's not here today, but he's a CPA. His business has been here for 50 years. He provides a wide variety of tax assurance and accounting services to business entities and high net worth individuals. So we have just a few bronze sponsors that I'm quickly going to mention. Summit State Bank, thank you. Paramjit and Rajbasi, they're not here today. They are the owners of the Asian Indian grocery store that is located on Old Redwood Highway near the Lark Field where the Valero gas station is. They provide Indian groceries for any one of you who are newcomers to our community. And then finally, Jashmir and Raj Sehota, you met earlier. Raj is on our committee, and she and Lalit are the ones who planned the dinner, and it was delicious, by the way. And then finally, we have Everest Nepalese Restaurant. For those of you who don't know, it's a new restaurant that's open in Rincon Valley. It's next to Safeway on Calistoga Road. So finally, we have multiple anonymous sponsors. So we know who you are. You don't want to be identified, so that's gracious, but thank you so much. And that's it. Can we have one last round of applause for all our sponsors? Thank you.